Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Urcha, Kodash, Yahweh being the true, almighty, and powerful name of the Heavenly Father, and His only begotten Son's name is Yahweh Shai. Of course, Bahashem meaning the name, Urcha is spirit, Kodash is holy. Right. Of course, I want to give double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who were well. Peace and salutations to all sincere Akim out there, of course, doing the work, waking up the nation of Yashala, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. You are the Lord's chosen people, and salvation for the elect is very near. All right. Brother Mappa, Great Millstone Plain Tables Camp, about to just go through a kind of like a open forum, but on the whole conflict that's going on in Syria, that's about to escalate to become possibly set off, a lot of prophecy. All right. So anyway, this is off of Vox.com. I have numerous articles actually. So I may cover a lot, all right, because I didn't report on this or do a video on it yesterday. So I'm just going to hit a lot of things and just, do the spirit of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and just get precepts and such, which I have a couple. But it says here, the past 48 hours of big Syria news explained. All right, it says why Trump might be about to attack Syria again. All right, which, I'm gonna cover certain things. I'm gonna see what's in this article. This article was actually published on the 9th, which was yesterday at 1:40 p.m. It says Syria used chemical weapons against its own citizens, killing at least 42 adults and children. Which this is actually up for speculation. This hasn't been confirmed. You had, of course, I believe the Russian government went to, I believe investigate to see if this is true. And I mean, it hasn't been confirmed that this is actually true. And also there hasn't been any evidence, other than some video evidence of some children being washed out, because I believe they're saying it's a chemical attack. All right, so they have that, but I mean, that was from a independent source. Some, I believe they were saying from a group called I'm seeing, what was that group called again? White Helmet, possibly, but don't quote me on it. But go into do your little research and such. All right, which I believe that group White Helmet may go into a lot of these different places and try to rescue different people. All right, that in these areas. Let me see. Might go into it, but actually, Slakia, we just go try to stay on the subject. But anyway, which is part of the subject, but you just do your research because there's a lot of stuff going out. All right, it says vowing that Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad would pay a big price. All right, so they're being accused. America is accusing them of course, Syria and the Syrian. They said you have here the dictator Assad, right? They're saying that he basically chemical attacked his own people, which is ridiculous. All right. It goes on. It says big price. Israeli jets bombed Syrian government. So you have Israeli jets, all right, bombed the Syrian government base in northern Homs province for a reason that is still not fully clear. All right. So you have that, happen, which this is prophecy, unfolding. All right. This is Jeremiah 49:20, and it reads, "Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh," that's the Most High's name, "that He hath taken against Edom." That's Edom is a so-called white man. All right, Edom also is America. All right, this is Edom. This this is everything that in the Bible is Babylon the Great. All right, America has many different names. All right, but the Lord is against the Edomites, which have, of course, dominion. All right, they have the rulership in the earth. All right, this is so-called white men. All right, they go back to Esau, which is Edom anyway. So it says in his purposes. All right, let me go into that word for purpose real quick. All right, purpose. You got Machashabah. Machashabah. All right, Machashabah. All right, that's the Hebrew word, which is a device, a plan, invention. All right, Machashabah. All right, which the Lord is against the so-called white man. All right, America. All right. All of the plans are Machashabah, all right, that is in the hands of the so-called white man. All the power, all the decisions they do because it's wickedness. All right, it says that he had purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, and the least of the flock is of course talking about the fake Jews. All right, which when you go into it, them Israelis, right? They're not the real biblical Israelites. The real biblical Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans. All right. And if you don't know, you have to watch the videos at Great Millstone, which have the 100% truth. All right, the Hebrew Israelites. All right. It says, surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. All right, so the Lord's going to destroy Esau, Edom. He's going to destroy this whole power structure, all right, that you see before you. All right, and it's biblical prophecy that the least, meaning Israel, is going to draw out, all of these fucking different nations. All right, and it's going to kick off this war, which is World War III, all right, which is going to be fought through ICBM fire. All right, so anyway, we're going to go into some more in this. Let me see. This Likey. Let me get into this. Back to this. So it says that all took place in over 48 hours. It says the American strike, Trump's big price, which Israel is America's ally, right? Okay. It says Trump's big price could still be forthcoming. The National Security Advisor John Bolton, as known as Uber Hawk, which I believe this dude is like he has a history of just being like all into war. All right. It says started his job on Monday. All right, and just before 11:30 a.m. cabinet meeting, it says President Trump has vowed to make a decision on whether to use force in the next 24 to 48 hours. Even calling out Russian President Vladimir Putin by name for his support for Assad, which is Syria, right? The president or dictator, whatever you want to call him. It says Bolton could be a strong, powerful voice advocating for a U.S. strike. All right, so him being a national security advisor, he could say, "Hey, we gotta, look, Trump, you have to do this strike." All right. Which wars for the elites, they make money off of war, but they don't know they're about to be put out of fucking rulership. All right, they think they can hold rulership and such. All right, which we got next up, the nation Israel. But anyway, I'm gonna go now to another article. All right, because a lot of things are unfolding really quick. All right, so you have here. Right here, U.S. missile destroyer reported, and this is on the 10th, right? Sailing towards Syria as Trump weighs options, okay? So you had a U.S. missile destroyer, which I believe holding, carries 60 Tomahawk missiles, which I believe last April, they had attacked Syria, U.S. If I'm not mistaken, they hit an air base, all right? Let me see. Let me go into it. So it says, the USSA Donald Cook, a guided missile destroyer, has left Cyprus and has reported moving to the eastern Mediterranean. The movement of the vessel comes as top U.S. officials have threatened to attack Syria, right? Because Donald Trump, he has, he want to do something against this, as they say, a regime, so-called regime, all right, in Syria, all right. It says the Ally Burke class Burke class warship, which carries 60 Tomahawk cruise missiles on board, had left the port of Larnaca in Cyprus on Monday. All right, it's currently right now it's Tuesday. All right, it says the U.S. reported. All right, so I believe they're here now by this time. It says several media outlets cited defense sources as saying that the destroyer is moving towards Syria. The ship is currently on the Asagi. It says the ship is currently the only naval asset the U.S. could use to strike Syria with cruise missiles. All right. It says the movement comes as Donald Trump weighs his options to respond to reports of chemical weapons attack in the town of Doma in Syria. All right. It says the claim from a pro-Islamic source amid the imminent military defeat of jihadist group which holds the city and refused to lead it. All right, so they got this claim coming from an actual, you'll say a terror group. All right, and such. All right, which this is just this whole shit is all false flags and shit. All right. It says we can't let atrocities like we all witness. We can't let that happen in our world, President Trump told reporters. All right. He says especially if because the power of the U.S. we are able to stop it. All right, which U.S. is in everybody's business and such. They all in every country's business. All right, and they don't know that. They do know, but America is very prideful. I believe Russia. They have I believe they have threatened. Of course, to retaliate if they attack. If the U.S. attack Syria. All right, so if they shoot these Tomahawks off, that's going to bring forth something big. It may kick off hopefully World War III. So this lesson is through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Shai. I'm kind of going through it as I go. Slakia. I'm just bringing out various articles and such, and I'm gonna keep you updated, of course, as Abaratazai as it goes on. So this is Psalms 49:11, and their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and that's the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, America, Babylon. They think it's gonna continue forever. All right. It says in their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. All right. Point being that this damn fucking country, America, they want to of course keep all dominion, all power. All right. All of the nations. All right. Under their power, under their new world order. All right. Let me see right here. This is another one. This is off Zero Hedge. All right. It says Netanyahu, Trump is likely to order attack on Syria, in which Benjamin Netanyahu is I believe the president of Israel, the Israeli state, and all that. All right. He's a devil too. It says Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu believes U.S. President Trump is likely to order attack on Syria. All right, that's why he has, of course, a destroyer over there in Syria's shores, right? Right now. So it says Bloomberg, however, report that Trump said he had not made a decision yet on Syria, despite the fact that he canceled a trip. Slakia, what was that? Slakia. It says, despite the fact he canceled a trip to South America, citing the crisis in Syria, which I believe he said that he's going to oversee the whole conflict that's going on. Which, I mean, Abaratazah, he bring forth some destruction and bring forth more prophecies coming to pass, because we want to get out of here. And it says, and as we reported earlier, Trump is deploying the U.S. Harry S. Truman Carrier Strike Group, all right, to the Mediterranean Wednesday, all right, so that's tomorrow, all right, where it will join the U.S. Donald Cook, which is that warship, off Syrian territorial waters, all right, and they all up in there, I believe Russia over there, they over there too, is waiting, and it's a lot of things that's going on, man. It's a lot of stuff that's not even being reported, but this is, I'm reporting on everything in prophecy, everything that's of course here. We here at Great Millstone, we observing the times, measuring the time, very diligently. It says it is worth noting that it will take approximately 6 to 7 days for the group to cross the Atlantic at 30 knots, plus another 3 to 4 days once it arrives in the Mediterranean to reach Syria. All right, so so that's something, of course, to note. All right, and this is big. I mean, I should do a lesson maybe going into how much military power be on these different aircraft carrier ships and all that. All right, so it says it take at least 6 to 7 days going at 30 knots. All right, and plus another 3 to 4 days. All right, so that's over a week. All right, a couple days and some change. All right, so it says yesterday, guided missile destroyer U.S. Donald Cook, armed with 60 Tomahawk cruise missile, anchored off the Syrian territorial waters, and has been harassed by low-flying Russian warplanes, which have buzzed the Erlai Burke class warship at least 4 times, according to CNN Turk. All right, so you have Russia over there, and they just waiting for U.S. to strike, basically, so they can go and retaliate, and they gonna defend Syria. All right, I already made an alliance with, I believe, Syria, Iran and all of that, which I think I did a lesson on. Yeah, I have did a lesson on that earlier in the week. It says Carrier Strike Group. So there's a lot of information. All right, here, I reported on it as best I could at this time. I'm gonna hit another preset real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 3, and I'm going to hit 1. It says, to everything there's a season and a time, to every purpose under the sun, or under the heavens, Slakia. All right, which is the Shemayim. All right, purpose is kapataza, yeah. Slakia, if that last character, I know it's a taza. Kapatza, or yeah, kapataza. Slakia, I'm have to get some edification on that last character with with pronouncing it, Slakia. So it says delight. Slakia. Let me see something. Let me go back real quick. Purpose. All right. So yeah, delight. Let me see. Desire. All right. Good pleasure. All right. Longing. All right. So everything that that goes on. All right. There's a time and place for it. All right. Simple as that. It says right. It says a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, which war brings death. And a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up. And it's a time to break down this kingdom, of Esau, Edom. All right, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. It says a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. All right, it's a time to get and a time to lose, and a time to keep and a time to cast away. All right, I'm gonna go. Let me see. Where's the point? Right here. The point right here. This is here. Time to love in 3 and 8, and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace, and it's the time of war right now. All right, everything's coming into prophecy. So we are just making sure we keep our eyes glued to these prophecies and to the scriptures. Our salvation is nearer than what we may believe and see. Roughly paraphrasing. All right, so that's the Hebrew word for war is malacham, or malachamah. All right, which is battle, war. All right, simple as that. So with that, I'm not gonna draw it out anymore. Like Netanyahu has said, Trump is likely to order attack on Syria. He's putting. You got the U.S. Donald Cook. All right, you got the U.S. U.S. Harry Truman aircraft carrier on a mission to come over there to the Middle East. All right, to over there to Syria. This thing about to be popping. Abarat Zah. Something big about to happen. All right, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.